The great delay that has been witnessed here about. But today we have quite a number of stories lined up for you. Number one, Kawira has been thrown to the Senate for her impeachment hearing, and then we also have the CS for EAC as well as the Attorney General appointed there before have been approved by the House or the National Assembly or the August House. We also have news about President Ruto's trips to Gusii land and what he has been saying, his promises as well as his assurances. These and many more stories are lined up for you in our today's edition of ABN TV Prime News. Welcome. The Senate on Wednesday, August 14th, rejected the motion to form a select committee to probe the impeachment of Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza. The motion, which was tabled by Senate Majority Whip Boni Khalwale, has proposed a committee comprised of Hilary Sigei, Abdul Haji, Karen Nyamu, Wahome Wamainga, David Wafula, Gloria Oroba, Isa Juma, Eddie Okech, Shakila Abdallah, and Beatrice Akenye to investigate the charges fronted against Governor Mwangaza. Speaking after senators rejected the formation of the 11-member committee, Senate Speaker Amason Kingi said Governor Mwangaza will now face the whole House. He instructed that Meru County Assembly and Governor Mwangaza be served with notice by Wednesday, with both parties required to submit their responses by Saturday.
The Meru County Assembly approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County. And further, whereas by a letter reference MCA/Res/Volume 4/79, dated the 9th of August 2024, and received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Friday, 9th of August 2024, the Speaker of the Meru County Assembly informed the Speaker of the Senate of the approval of the motion by the County Assembly, and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. And whereas pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b) of the Senate by resolution may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. Now, therefore, pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81(b), the Senate resolves to establish a special committee comprising the following senators. 1. Senator Wakili Hilary Sigei, MP. 2. Senator Abdul Haji, MP. 3. Senator Wahome Wamatinga, MP. Senator David Wafula, MP. Senator Gloria Oroba, MP. Senator Karen Nyamu, MP. Senator Boy Isa Juma, MP. Senator Eddie Okech, MP. Senator Shakila Abdallah, MP. Senator Beth Montet, MP. And Senator Beatrice Akenye, MP, to investigate the proposed removal from office of the Governor of Meru County, and pursuant to Standing Order 82, to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether or not it finds the particulars of the allegations against the Governor to have been substantiated. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Now, speaking of houses, the National Assembly has approved Beatrice Askul Moe for appointment as CA for East African Community Affairs and Regional Development, as well as Dorcas Agik Odong Odor as Attorney General. It follows the House's adoption and approval of a special motion tabled by the Committee on Appointments chaired by Speaker Moses Wetangula. While moving the motion on Wednesday afternoon, the leader of the minority party, Junet Mohammed, stated that the President's nomination of the two women to the cabinet shows women are key and integral to the country's leadership.
Taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointments in its third report on the vetting of the nominees for appointment as Cabinet Secretary for East African Community Affairs and Regional Development and Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, laid on the table of the House today, Wednesday, 14th August 2024, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 152(2) and 156(2) of the Constitution and Sections 3 and 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act Cap 7F, this House approves the appointment of the following persons: Ms. Beatrice Askul Moe as the Cabinet Secretary for East African Community Affairs and Regional Development, and Ms. Dorcas Agik Odong Odwor, Senior Counsel OGW, as the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, before the next order is called, yesterday we had some more serious interest from all of you on the issue of the new financing mechanism in our universities. The Honorable Meli has seen the Speaker this afternoon and expressed a request that there is an emergency, to which I agreed, and he's not here. I want to ask you if you are available for this particular issue alone, since you are going to recess tomorrow. If you are available, I can constitute and convene a Kamkunji on Tuesday morning to discuss this issue before you proceed on your recess. If you are not available, I don't have to.
Now, away from the houses, on the last day of President William Ruto's tour of the Gusii region, which includes Nyamira and Kisii counties, he continued to launch various projects and initiate others worth millions of shillings. While in South Mugirango, he stated that his government has allocated 150 million shillings for the Etago market, saying that the markets being constructed across the country will improve the working environment for traders and increase their income, fulfilling the promise of the Kenya Kwanza government. The remarks were made during the inauguration of the construction of the clean produce market in Etago, South Mugirango constituency, Kisii County. The market will benefit over 200 traders.
Niko na milioni 50 ya kujenga hii soko yenu ya Etago hapa. Ninyi mnanielewa? Tuko pamoja? Na tunajenga hii soko hapa, na tunajenga soko 17 mpya kama hii Kisii County hii mzima. Tumewapatia bilioni 1.1 ya kujenga hizi masoko, kwa sababu tunataka kuhakikisha kwamba kina mama wanapata mahali pazuri pa kuuza mazao yao. Nyinyi kama wananchi wa sehemu hii, mkizalisha chakula yenu, mupate storage hapa, mupate cold room hapa, mupate market hapa, ndio kilimo yenu iweze kuwasaidia kupata pesa. Tunaelewana jameni? Unajua ukizalisha ndizi ama mboga ama hiyo ingine ikose soko, si wewe unaenda hasara? Kama mkileta hapa hakuna cold room, inakaa siku moja inaharibika, si wewe unaenda hasara? Sasa tumepanga kutakuwa na soko hapa, msiende hasara. Tutakuwa na cold room hapa, msiende hasara. Tutakuwa na storage hapa, ndio mambo yenu ikuwe sawa sawa. Tuendelee ama tusiendelee? Mimi nimeambiwa na Usoro kuna soko ingine huko inaitwa Nyamaya. Hata hiyo ya Nyamaya iko border pale, nimeweka pesa, tutajenga hiyo soko.
Kisii Governor Simba Arati continues to push for working with President William Ruto in his leadership, citing the need for cooperation with the national government. He defended the inclusion of the ODM party in the government, clarifying that it is for developmental collaboration and nation building rather than forming an alliance. Speaking at Etago, South Mugirango, Governor Arati expressed readiness to welcome the president if he had concerns regarding his UDA party, of which he is the leader, and defended efforts to provide clean water in the area to prevent waterborne diseases.
Lakini ni kushukuru zaidi Your Excellency kwa kushikanisha Kenya, kwa kusema ya kwamba hata kama siasa yetu inakuanga saa zingine kali, ulileta ile tunaita broad based government, ukaleta wale viongozi wengine wakuje kukusaidia. Sisi kama jamii ya Mkisii hata sisi tumeamua kushikana sisi wote, kuanzia gavana wa Nyamira, gavana wa Kisii na viongozi wote, tushikane ndio tuweze kujenga Kisii County na kila mahali.
Sisi hatujaingia katika serikali ya Mheshimiwa William Ruto. ODM imepeana watu wake na mheshimiwa amekubali kutengeneza serikali ya umoja wa taifa. Mnataka tuendelee kumuunga mheshimiwa rais mkono? Sasa mimi kama mwenyekiti ama naibu wa mwenyekiti wa chama cha ODM, deputy party leader, mheshimiwa rais, wewe tengeneza serikali na sisi tutasaidia wewe. Na hii mambo ya mbele tutapanga. Tukifika 2027 kama wangwana watakoroga wewe UDA, ODM kwa sababu wewe ndio mwanzilishi, tunakaribisha wewe, tufanyishe wewe interview, tufanye maneno tumalize. Si mtasema namna hiyo? Kwa hivyo mheshimiwa, wewe unakaribisha. ODM ni yako. ODM ni yako, wewe ndio ulianzisha. Kwa hivyo wewe wakisumbua wewe, jua kwamba sisi tuko hapa, tutasafiri salama. Shida tuko na shamba kidogo. Na jioni mtu anachukua fertilizer anaweka kwa chai. Mvua inanyesha, vile unajua mvua iko, maji inaenda kwa springs, watu wanachota. Ndiposa tuko na kansa nyingi na magonjwa mengi. Tukipata maji piped itasaidia kupunguza vifo ambavyo tuko navyo hapa.
Nyinyi mnakubali tuunganishe Kenya ama mnataka tutenganishe? Mnasema tuungane ama tutengane? Nimesema hivi, inafika wakati ambapo umoja wa taifa letu la Kenya, maendeleo ya taifa letu la Kenya ni ya muhimu kuliko matakwa ya viongozi, kuliko mirengo ya vyama. Sisi wote nimesema tuungane ili tuweze kufikia malengo ya umoja, ya maendeleo na ya kupeleka Kenya yetu mbele. Kazi yetu sisi wote tukiwa tumeungana kama viongozi, tulenge vile hawa vijana wetu watapata kazi. Tulenge vile wakulima wetu watapata mambo yao ya kilimo iende sawasawa, waongeze mapato. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba Kenya yetu inasonga mbele, tuwe na matibabu, tuwe na maji, tuweke stima na tuboreshe maisha ya kila Kenya. Na wauliza jameni, watu wa South Mugirango, mkubali tutembee hii safari pamoja? Mnakubali tutembee pamoja? Mnanipa ruhusa niunganishe Kenya mzima? Hebu nione wala wanasema ni tuunganishe Kenya.
In the education plan for the country, President William Ruto stated that the government has prioritized education matters and promised that the education sector will adopt a new system of issuing admission letters to universities, colleges and TVET institutions to ensure students get an education. He added that he has instructed educational institutions to provide details on fee payments to parents and students, ensuring that no child is denied education due to financial constraints. The government will cover the costs for those who cannot pay, and bursaries and funding will be provided in a timely manner.
Mambo ya masomo katika university na TVET tumeweka mpango kamili. Juzi zilitokea mabarua kutoka university ikiweka pesa ile gharama ya course ama ya masomo ya mtoto. Hiyo ilikuwa ni makosa. Sasa nimeambia wizara wafanye kazi na universities na TVET ili watume barua ambayo sio gharama ya masomo. Watume barua ya kumwambia mzazi ni kiasi gani atalipa. Na leo hizo barua zinatoka katika mambo yetu ya higher education, na kila university na kila TVET itatoa barua ambayo itahakikisha kwamba hakuna mtoto wa Kenya atakosa nafasi ya kusoma university ama TVET kwa sababu ya uwezo wa mzazi. Wale ambao hawana uwezo, serikali ya Kenya tutawalipia. Tumeweka bursary, tumeweka scholarship, tumeweka loan, tuhakikisha kwamba watoto wetu wote wanasoma. Ile maneno ya kusema ati watu wanaenda kufanya harambee, hiyo maneno mimi siwezi kubali. Kwa sababu tuko na pesa ya kuhakikisha kwamba watoto wetu wanasoma. Tuko na scholarship ya serikali, tuko na loan ya serikali, iko scholarship kwa county, iko scholarship, iko maneno ya bursary kwa constituency, mpaka ata ward. No child in Kenya will have to go and conduct a harambee because we have enough bursaries, we have enough scholarship, we have a loan facility that will make sure that every child in Kenya goes to school. Kwa hivyo, I have given directions this morning that universities issue new letters telling parents how much they are supposed to pay, not telling parents how much the cost of the course is, because they are misleading parents and they are causing unnecessary anxiety. We have enough facilities. We have increased money available for higher education from 45 billion to 82 billion. So we have enough resources to make sure that all our children in TVET, in universities, have access to scholarship, have access to loan, and each child should learn without the impediment of the ability of their parents or their sponsors or their guardians to give them the resources for them to go to school. The government of Kenya will facilitate. Tumeelewana? Wazazi mnanielewa? Najua mimi nazungumza na nyinyi hawa hapa na mimi nazungumza na wale wengine wako hapa. Si ndio?
From the president, we go to the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, who urged members of President William Ruto's newly composed cabinet to adopt a proactive and visible approach in managing their ministries using what he termed as a hen mentality to ensure their efforts and achievements are well publicized and recognized by the public. Speaking at the conclusion of a two-day induction for the cabinet at the National Defense College International Peace and Support Training Center, Gachagua emphasized the importance of ministers or cabinet secretaries actively inspecting and engaging with the work being done in their respective ministries.
The great task of our season in leadership is to initiate an industrial, agricultural, and digital age revolution that will create millions more jobs and self-employment opportunities for Kenyans, but particularly the youth. We are expected to do so with transparency, accountability, and integrity. The temptation will be to think that this can be achieved quickly and easily, but the reality is that this is a momentous task. Our key task as HE, the President's soldiers, is to translate his political intent into policy programs. The President's political intent is critical clear in the Kenya Kwanza plan, the outlines in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda better. Through it, we are addressing the economic turbulence in the country, protecting the health of those without wealth, providing a decent roof over many more heads, and leading the nation to economic rebirth. The Kenya Kwanza plan is firmly anchored on three pillars which we must uphold at all times. First and foremost, we must maintain fidelity to the Constitution and the rule of law. Secondly, we must remain responsive to the needs and aspirations of the citizens we serve. Their trust and confidence in the government depends on our ability to deliver. Lastly, we must demonstrate unwavering loyalty to His Excellency the President as we carry out our duties and responsibilities. On the first point, all the power we wield is delegated to us by the people of Kenya. We are oath and honor bound to only exercise that power in strict conformity with the Constitution and to use that power for the enduring benefit of the people of Kenya.
Now that marks the end of EBN TV Prime Edition today, because we had prepared to have a session with one Pastor Janet, Esther Janet, or Evangelist Janet, who was supposed to be here, but because of one reason or the other was not able to attend. But the thing we're supposed to be discussing today on Know Your Law, which is what we do every other Wednesday evening, is an issue on the religious bill or the religious organization bill that was proposed. Now, if you allow me to just read out some of the things that were proposed. The proposed legislation to curb religious exploitation. Now, any religious leader who falsely performs miracles, healings, or blessings to extort unsuspecting Kenyans will face severe penalties if the recommendations of President William Ruto's task force are adopted. Number one, there was tough penalties for financial exploitation. This would give out a fine of 5 million Kenyan shillings, up to 10 years imprisonment, or both. Then there was the measures against coercion and intimidation. That one would warrant one or would cause one to be fined 1 million Kenyan shillings or face a 3-year prison term, or both, of course. And then we have restrictions on political engagement. Under the proposed regulations, religious institutions will be prohibited from engaging in political or organizing debates to support political candidates. Violations should result in a fine of up to 500,000 Kenyan shillings or 6 months in prison, and of course, or both. Then we have the annual reporting and oversight. The task force led by former NCCK Secretary General Dr. Mutava Musyimi was established in response to the Shakahola tragedy, which saw over 400 bodies being retrieved after they were found buried, after people believed that this way they would go and see God. The draft Religious Organizations Bill 2024 mandates that all churches and religious organizations submit annual financial returns to the government. The bill proposes the establishment of the Religious Affairs Commission, which will oversee religious matters and require institutions to furnish financial returns, account, and member registers. Now, institutions failing to file annual returns will face suspension for up to 6 months. That is 6 months suspension if you do not file your return, if you are a religious organization. Now, remember, religious organization cuts across. This is churches, temples, or even mosques, and every other thing that warrants a congregation of believers, and not only the Christian believers, but if you are claiming to be a religion and you have a group with you, then you must give the you must file your annual returns. This if the proposed or the drafted religious organization bill goes on to law. Then we have the transparency and compliance. With this, the proposed regulations ensures that the accounts and member registers of of religious institutions are open to inspection by the commission or authorized individuals. Obstructing such practices or inspections could result into a fine of 100,000 Kenyan shillings or a year in prison, or both. Then the role of the Religious Affairs Commission. The Religious Affairs Commission will be responsible for registering religious organization, overseeing compliance, and developing policies and codes of conduct. It will also educate the public on religious tolerance and extremism. The commission will comprise of a chairperson appointed by the president, the attorney general or their representative, and various nominees from various religious organizations. That is just to mention in brief or in summary the main thing that we were supposed to discuss today. So evangelist or pastor Janet Esther was supposed to come in on behalf of a religious organization, and then we were supposed to have Wakili Jairus coming in, who also got caught up in an emergency. Sadly, we will not be having Know Your Law panel today, but I urge you, my esteemed viewer, to go and try and see what you understand from the draft Religious Organization Bill 2024 that was presented to the president, and we await further steps to be taken and see whether it will go all the way to law. Do you support it or do you not? My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Always remember to peruse through your constitution as well as your Bible, so that you may understand the laws that govern you here on earth, and as well as a member of the heavenly. Until next time, God bless.